There were over 40 updates coming out of HighLevel this week. We've narrowed them down to 6 that are most important to you, the mortgage producer. You are not going to want to miss this week's weekly breakdown coming up right now. All right, guys, first up this week, we've got a really exciting new update to the workflow builder. Guys, what this is, if you look in labs, you have to have labs in order to have this enabled. Now, the first thing that I want to highlight for you guys is where it shows when it's going live. Something to pay attention to is the further out that it's the go live date is, the less confident they are in like HighLevel, right? The less confident HighLevel is in how this feature is going to perform. And so the fact that we see this live in 153 days should result in caution by all of us, right? We should all be very cautious when we're turning this on, and not even necessarily when we're turning it on, but when we're looking at the results of this feature, we should be cautious, and we should know this is obviously experimental. This is obviously a beta feature, or they wouldn't have the go live date pushed out almost 6 months on this. But when this works the way that they're talking about it working, it is going to be amazing. I literally just turned this on, so I have no idea how it's going to do. I assume that there's going to be a lot of errors that don't need reporting, that the AI is going to get things wrong, but listen to me, I'm saying all this stuff without even saying exactly what it is. If you haven't seen it yet, workflows highlight in case of error. So this is anytime an error takes place inside of your workflow, it is now going to highlight where that error took place in the execution logs, and it's going to give you an AI summary or give you a button that gives you the option to resolve through AI to give you suggestions on what you can do to fix that workflow. This is amazing for loan officers that do not have a ton of experience in creating these workflows. Most of you guys, this is probably going to be functional for you guys right away, because the workflows are not going to be super complicated that it's helping to troubleshoot for you. However, if you have complicated workflows that are pushed into your account from your agency, those are the ones that are probably going to take a while before they can actually accurately troubleshoot and diagnose like what's going on. So with that being said, really, really cool and exciting investments going on by HighLevel into making the platform more self-serve, making it so that you can go and you can create a workflow, use AI to help you create the workflow, and then when something goes wrong, AI is going to help you troubleshoot what went wrong in that workflow so that you can fix it and get back to marketing and growing your business. All right, next up, a brand new interface to how you manage domains. This is a pretty cool update, pretty cool new interface from what I've seen so far. So if we go in here, this looks brand new. There's nothing that you have to enable in labs, at least I don't think, to be able to access this. But the interface, if you've managed your domains in here, this is going to look completely foreign to you, completely new to you. I know it does for me, but it's pretty cool. You can come in here, you can manage the different subdomains that you have set up associated with the domains. You can go by product, so websites that you have set up, funnels you have set up, blogs you have set up, client portal, etc. And so all of this stuff is all managed from one view, obviously, in addition to your ability to either connect a new domain or purchase a domain. If you do not have your own domain and your own host, from my experience, purchasing a domain inside of HighLevel and using that domain is really, really simple. So definitely check this out, new domain management interface inside your sub accounts. All right, next up, we've got an update to Conversation AI. So inside of our account, you're not going to actually see anything. Most of our clients are not using the Conversation AI functionality. We do use CloseBot. We do use a bot, but we don't use HighLevel's Conversation AI. We just haven't gotten the feedback from the community that it's dialed enough for it to be worth us using. Our clients are using a solution that we have a little bit more confidence in at this point. But if you are using Conversation AI, you now have a new way to represent the data, represent the performance of that bot. And so showing you a screenshot of an account that actually has some stuff going on in it, right? So this is inside your Conversation AI section. You have your bot settings, you have the ability to train your bot, etc. Right? This is once you go into a bot. So here's the couple that we've created. If we go into bot goals, we can program the bot in here, bot training, get all the data uploaded here. Then you go to dashboard. And this is where you're going to see the performance history of that bot. Here's a screenshot again of one that actually has some data flowing through it, the number of actions triggered by the bot. So that's one of the actions that you can take with the bot, is you can trigger workflows. And then also the total number of appointments booked by the bot, and then some arbitrary number for what time saved. Let me see, how does it calculate it? Metric represents the estimated time saved, assuming an average response time of 10 seconds per message. So it kind of gives you an idea of what it is there. Again, really cool way to now visualize the performance of your bot. If you are using conversation AI, then definitely jump in and check this out. All right, next up, we've got a new addition to the pre-built sections in the funnel and website builder inside of HighLevel. I want to take this opportunity. If you have not seen the pre-built sections already in HighLevel, you are definitely missing out. I've watched multiple people, including people on my team and outsourced talent that we've worked with, struggle for hours to build clean sites that are responsive, that do what we like, that look the way that we want them to, that are contained, that don't spread too wide or don't blow up images that don't need to be blown up, etc. Like, there's a lot that goes into designing a clean, simple site. And so I've watched a lot of people struggle with this, and these pre-built sections have been out for probably 6 months to a year now, and they make all the difference in the world. This is the only way that I build my sites anymore. So if you come in here, the first thing that I do is come into here, go to your welcome section, right? You can come in here and you can drag, boom, drag a section. That looks so nice, doesn't it? I go to mobile, it's already responsive, okay? So now I can come in here, let's add another one. The new one, right? This says new right here. The new one that we have here is your image slider. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, the one thing that I'm not a huge fan about this so far is that for the most part, these templates all look really good together. So if I come in here and I go to boom, testimonials right there, right? That's going to look good with, let's go to a list right here. That's going to look good with, you know, what, let's see what else, an FAQ section maybe. Yeah, that's too similar. What else do we got for, who's this perfect for? That's a good one. Okay. And then we can go down and grab a footer. Right now, obviously I need to do some work with the backgrounds, because this just kind of looks funky. It like repeats the pattern, the gradient just repeats each time. So I'm not saying that this is like out of the box ready to go, but as far as your like containment goes and as far as your responsiveness goes, this is a really good place to start. Okay, so if I come in here, the new element, as I was saying, the new element is these image sliders. But again, my biggest concern with these is that it doesn't, like, they don't fit in really well with the rest of the elements in here. So a little disappointed in that, but at the same time, you know, they are investing in trying to get some more cool widgets like you would see on an Elf site, if you haven't heard of Elf site. But just some cool, like, easy to use, ready to go widgets for your website. So image slider, check it out. Let us know if you have any questions. All right, next up, we now have a much easier, cleaner, and more customizable way to interact with the theme for our courses. So if you come into courses, I imagine this is something that we're going to see elsewhere as well, maybe in the client portal. I'm not sure, but if we go into courses, we go to products, we open up one of these courses, boom, and we go to customize. Okay, there's a couple system templates in here, and then you also have the ability to come in here and customize on a level that you've never been able to do before inside of HighLevel, at least. So coming into here, you've got your primary theme settings. As far as your layout goes, you can change, you know, adjust your different fonts, your backgrounds, etc. You can go into the sections, and each section you can now have different styling for as well. This is all under the product section. Then you can flip over to lesson and you can customize this as well. So again, just like every granular little detail that you would want to be able to customize in here, you now can. So definitely, if you have courses already put together, which I know a lot of you guys do have these online courses put together, come in, check out the theme customizer, make it align with your brand a little bit more, or just make it look a little bit nicer. But there's definitely a lot more capability for that now that this customizer is in place. Okay, next up, we've got a cool update to the documents and contracts feature. So documents and contracts is what HighLevel refers to this. I refer to this as like DocuSign replacement. But Another use case that's kind of crept up over the last couple months with this is sending out pre-approval letters. So HighLevel, inside of HighLevel, you have this section for it's under payments if you're working directly with HighLevel. If you're one of our clients, then we have this for you as document e-signing. So if you go to document e-signing, it'll take you over to, again, it shouldn't take you there. Hold on one second. We'll go there. Boom. It'll take you to the documents and contractors section, right? So this person has a draft for a borrower's authorization put together, but you can put together a pre-approval template in here as well. And you can either send these out for e-signature, or you don't require signature and you just send it out kind of pre-filled. What the new functionality is that you now have the ability to create documents in draft mode via a workflow. So why would you do this? So if you're not super confident in the template that you set up, if you're not super confident in your borrower's authorization, your pre-approval letter, whatever it is, or maybe you just want it to be a part of your process to have a manual review before you send any of these out. An example that I gave here, I'm in my marketing account, so the pipeline stage change doesn't make a ton of sense. But if you were to put a pipeline stage in here that's pre-approval, so when the pipeline moves to pipeline stage pre-approval, then create a pre-approval letter for review. Now inside that pre-approval letter, you're referencing fields from the contact, and so you could also trigger this off of a form being filled out, like a pre-approval form, where you fill out this form, and once you fill that form out, it creates the pre-approval letter for review. And how do you do that? You create it as draft. So instead of clicking send directly, where the document will be sent immediately after the workflow is executed, you create it as a draft, and then it'll create that there and allow you to go in and make sure it says what you want it to say before you then execute and send it. Guys, I want to see somebody do it using this. I don't know that we have any clients that are actively using this feature. Obviously, we have a client that as of this month is invested a little bit into it. We saw with Sergey, we saw him putting his borrower's authorization in there. So there definitely is. So there are some people that are starting to dabble with this, but I'm definitely interested in this pre-approval use case and seeing if anybody is willing to give that a shot. I would be happy to help guide you through it. Let me know, hit me up in the comments of this video or shoot me an email. I'm happy to work with you to help get that kind of pre-approval flow set up so that we can check it out. All right, last up is an update. I would normally show this on my phone, but we had kind of a busy update. So just know this is a mobile app update. So you need to have the HighLevel version 3.95.0 or lead connector 3.95.0 and above. And so these updates will give you the ability to send group chats from the mobile app. So you need to be using that lead connector phone system in order to use this. And so we have clients that are still using Twilio directly, and they're not going to be able to have access to this. But if that is you, then hit us up. We've transferred some clients over from Twilio to lead connector, but there is a little bit of a process to it. So happy to help out with that. But we're going to go ahead and look at HighLevel's changelog to look at the actual UI, the interface that allows you to do this. All right, so if we go in here, you now have, when you create a new message, you now should also have, in addition to new message and new email, you should have new group chat. And then from there, you're going to choose which phone number you want to send it from, choose your participants, and create that group chat. So this is a really cool feature, something that I know there were some loan officers that just could not move their primary communication into HighLevel without that group chat functionality, because I know a lot of you guys, that's the way that you get your referrals. Well, now you can give out your virtual phone number, receive those group chats, or even initiate group chats because it's built into your HighLevel account. All right, guys, that is it. A really exciting week of updates. Definitely some stuff for you guys to check out. Guys, thank you so much for watching this week's weekly breakdown. Until next week, we'll see you at the top.